Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Exvius Updates, the show that brings you all of the latest information for our fantastic application Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Global, available to you guys on our iOS, Android and Amazon devices. I am of course your host Shaly, and we're here with our always special guest.
Hello, I'm Hiroki. I'm producer of Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Global version. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everyone! Yes, this is the first episode of the year.
Yes.
2018 is gone. 2019 is here. So I'm excited to hear what this year is going to bring.
Of course. We will continue delivering the fun and exciting content for everyone to enjoy, and such as updating the system and releasing the global original unit. So I hope you all will look forward to it.
Yes, I know I certainly am looking forward to it. I'm expecting great things for 2019, but let's start with January, because it's the first month of the year. What can we expect for January?
Okay, so Shaly, do you remember the collaboration with Star Ocean and ANAMNESIS?
Of course I do. It was a very, very popular collaboration because a lot of our players are also fans of the Star Ocean series. We had Fate, we had Rena, Raimi, Radek, Fidel as well. So, but it's why are you asking me about it? What's going on?
So you have a good intuition. So today we have a special guest. So please don't miss it till the end. Okay, Alex, on to you.
Hello everyone, Happy New Year's. You all remember me, I hope. I'm Alex or Alex, again, whichever you prefer. And yes, we do have a good New Year surprise for you. We are pleased to announce basically part 2 of our collaboration with Star Ocean and ANAMNESIS.
Yes, very exciting.
Yeah, and so we got some great new things to announce today. First, we're going to have a new unit, Sophia. It's going to be very exciting because she's unique to the global version for now. So you got that to look forward to. We also have the 7-star awakenings of Fate and Rena. So please look forward to that as well.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to it because this is a collaboration that our users were hoping would be a rerun in the future, especially with the hopes that Fate and Rena would get the 7-star because they're great units. So I'm very much looking forward to the community's reaction to this collaboration coming so soon back to FFBE.
We're definitely excited to hear what you have to say about it. And anyways, without further ado, let's get into the details of this event and see what it's all about. So the Star Ocean ANAMNESIS event, it's going to start again with the raid that we had in July, I believe.
Of last year,
and so for those of you, who may not have had time to get all the equipment you wanted during that raid event, you're gonna have another chance here. And I know that I wasn't really playing that much at that time, so I'm excited to get my hands on a lot of these things too.
That's right.
Anyways, about the new unit, Sophia. She's gonna be a 5 to 7 star. Which is great. I'm always after those. And she's going to be a fire-based elemental magic attacker, right? So she'll be able to basically attack with fire elemental damage, of course, but she'll also be able to use her damage abilities 3 times during the same turn.
Okay, triple cast.
Yeah,
nice.
making her, pretty powerful unit there. Her limit burst lets her deal fire damage while also reducing the fire resistance of all the enemies, which is pretty cool.
Good.
Now, Sophia's Trust Master reward will be Crescent Rod. And this will give, stats of 28 attack and 135 magic, which is pretty cool in and of itself. But when equipped by Sophia, it'll basically give her an extra ability, Connection Symbol, which will give her MP every turn and increase her counter chance.
Nice.
Which makes it, a pretty nice Trust Master reward.
Yeah.
But she also has, of course, the Super Trust Master reward, as she is going to be a 5-7 star unit. And that will be Sophia's Hairpin. Sophia's Hairpin, which is an accessory for casters and healers, and which provides magic and SPR and fire resistance.
Nice. Okay.
When Sophia equips this Super Trust Master reward, she will also gain another ability called Symbologist Bond, which will give her MP and magic. So this is all going to, make her a pretty great unit.
Exactly.
And she will also have several elements which she can attack with. Those will be fire, ice, lightning, earth, and dark. She'll also have the ability to reduce the resistance for enemies for some of these elements. Not exactly sure which is which, but it can make her pretty useful basically for those, those boss battles. Right? And she can also element chain with multiple units such as Grimlord Sakura, Transterra, and Tiana.
Yes, which are some of the, if not the strongest mages in FFBE. Right now, Grimlord Sakura, everybody knows her as a total beast. She just completely destroys everything in her path. So knowing that Sophia is going to be able to chain with Grimlord Sakura, I don't think there are many units who are able to do that right now. So it's very exciting. I'm very looking forward to seeing how much damage you can do by combining those two ladies together and just kind of like going crazy.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, going crazy. I'm pretty excited. I haven't gotten my hands on Grimlord Sakura yet.
Halloween.
But I do have Transterra now, so.
Oh, well, there you're on your way.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about Rena and Fate's 7-star awakening. There are lots of things to be excited about here, let me tell you. First, let's talk about Rena. You all know her. She is a great healer, and she's going to become even better now.
Yes.
You all know a lot about her already, so let me just get to the juicy deets here. First, her Super Trust Mastery Ward. Okay, she is going to get something called Shortcake, which is a great accessory for healers and magic tanks. And this will provide, base SPR, which is always nice, but it will also give Rena MP and Limit Burst crystals every turn.
Nice.
Which is also really cool. And it'll also nullify most status ailments, which, is pretty necessary at this point in the meta.
Yes.
Right, you gotta get those nullifications. And she will also have new abilities when she is upgraded to 7-star. And I think this is where people are going to be pretty excited. She's going to have a cooldown ability that allows her to provide re-raise for the whole party.
That's a big one. It's really exciting because, AoE re-raise is quite rare in the game. We don't have many units who can do that at this point in time. So knowing that Rena's 7-star is going to be providing that makes her a very, very valuable unit to have in your party for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about that. I don't have a great healer yet, and I'm looking forward to get Rena. That combined with damage reduction abilities, an AoE revive, and her ability to boost the limit burst fill rate for her allies makes her, I don't know, I'm expecting her to be a pretty great healer.
Yes, I mean, she was already, but now with these 7-star upgraded abilities and her cooldowns and stuff like that, I'm sure she's going to be even better. I mean, she promises to be one of the best healers in the game. Indisputably.
That's for sure. But so moving on to Fate. Let's see what Fate has in store for us. He's a physical type attacker, okay, who can work with true double hand and also a special form of dual wield.
Yes.
Now this special form of dual wield, might also say true dual wield, is something that we don't have in the global version right now, but it will give a boost basically in attack when using dual wield, and it's something that I'm pretty sure you can look forward to, as it might be something upcoming in the meta in the near future. So
yes,
we'll have to see about that. But anyways, Fate has it, and that's great. And again, you know all about Fate. So on to the Super Trust Mastery Ward, Fate's Clothes. This is going to be great for units who prefer sword type weapons and clothes type armor. And this will provide attack, defense, SPR, and also, which is the cool part, is that it will give you attack when equipped with a sword, which makes it really good, for, of course, units who equip swords. We'll also provide limit burst crystals every turn, and again, like Rena, Fate will get new abilities when awakened to 7-star. He will get increased drop rates for both rare and common items, which makes Fate pretty useful to bring along when you're trying to farm for some, say, crafting materials, for example. Fate will also have the double attack ability for most of his skills, which is, again, really useful. And last but not least, Fate will be able to chain really well with Pyroglacial, Lastwell Machina, and A2.
All right. Well, I mean, Fate sounds like also a winner. I think most people really, turned their eye towards Rena the first time around, but now Fate is coming back, and he's like, hey, I'm important too, and I can do awesome things, including like very rare things that we can, like you said, expect further down the road, because right now we're in this very true double hand oriented meta, but it's not always going to be like this because we have to keep you guys on your toes. So, if you don't have a Fate already, I'm looking at you, like, make sure that you get one. Make sure that you get one. Get Rena. Rena is an excellent healer. I'm very excited for both of these 7-star units. I don't have either of them, so I'm hoping to get my hands on them when the collaboration comes back, and I really cannot wait for Star Ocean and ANAMNESIS to be back in FFBE. All right, so we had 7-star awakenings for the Star Ocean and ANAMNESIS units, which are Fate and Rena, but those are not the only units that are getting their 7-star, right?
Indeed, we have a ton of units, other units getting the 7-star. These are going to be just Nameless Gunner Jake, Emperor Shara, Leela Reagan, Atoning Dragoon Kane, Maritime Strategist Nicole, Medina, Jiraiya, Pure Summoner Iridia, Heavenly Technician Lid.
Yes.
That's quite a lot.
It is indeed. I'm especially excited for my boy Nicole. He is like top buffer in the game. I've been using him for a very, very long time, and I've been waiting for his 7-star to come around for a very long time. He's just a unit that can do it all. He can decrease the damage taken to your party. He can act as an MP battery by restoring your MP. He can also, boost your resistance against certain elements, although I really wish he could somehow do all the elements without having to use that counter of his, but that's another story. That's another story. But his boosts to your party are so incredible, like numbers-wise.
They are.
Yes, so when he gets a 7-star, you can expect even higher numbers from him. So I'm looking forward to his 7-star where he's going to come in stronger than ever, being able to offer even more support for your party and just, rock the night away because he's amazing. Another unit to look forward to is Medina. Yeah. She can triple cast Black Magic, which is pretty amazing, and she specializes in the ice department of things, being able to imperil and also deal damage with ice. So that's, I think, very exciting. She does also have some temporary boosts in which she, if you're really trying to dish out the damage, you have to just kind of find the right window of time and be able to do it before your chance is gone. And then hopefully if you have her in your party, you can, everybody has their own strategies about how they go about in battle. So just make sure that you take advantage of her as much as you can. I'm excited for all of them, but I must say that I'm very partial to Nicole myself. Right, and that's not all. Not only do we have 7-star awakenable units, but we also have awakenable abilities coming up.
Yes, and that's going to be happening on another batch of units. These are going to be Yuri, Byuki, Ian, Varun, Cloud, Elfrida, Aang and Chao.
Of course, and unfortunately for Aang and Chao, I know that you guys are dying to know how their abilities are going to be awakened, but at this point in time, we don't have any of the details for them just yet, so let it just be a pleasant mystery, a secret that we can all just share together until more details are shared with us. I'm looking forward to them very much, especially Chao. Chao is the best boy. He is this amazing fluff of a dog with a green blue tongue that just kind of like literally attacks people by licking them in the face. It's the most adorable thing that you've ever seen in your life. But let's not forget about the true star in my heart forever, Cloud, my husband, as you guys know. Klim Hazard, one of his staples, is going to be awakened, and the rumor has it that it's going to be even more powerful than the Japanese version of Klim Hazard. So I'm obviously always open to seeing more powerful abilities in the global version because we have so many more other units to, compete with balance-wise. So very excited about that. Genova Cells is going to nullify poison, sleep, silence, stone, as well as boost HP attack. HP parameters for Cloud. Sorry, I'm trying to remember like a bajillion things at the same time, so I hope that was correct. Fighting Instinct is going to boost his counter rate as well as his success when hitting with the counter. And then last but not least, Aggression is going to boost his LB fill rate and his attack. So I am very, very much looking forward to this particular batch. Of course, I'm very intrigued about Aang and Chao, but again, we'll get more details on those later on.
That's true. There is a huge batch of new 7-star awakenings and awakenable abilities to be excited about, and I'm really looking forward to them. I hope you are too. Okay, moving on, we have a new trial boss in the Chamber of Arms. This is gonna be Sadal Sud, right? And he looks, from what I hear, to be a really fearsome foe. I don't think I can take him on just yet, but anyways, on to Sadal Sud. He will have pretty high elemental resistances, and whenever he'll eventually buff his resistances according to what you attack him with.
Correct.
So say you attack him with fire elemental damage, he will basically raise his fire resistance to some
Super
crazy
high.
amount, right?
It's like, I want to say 500%, but don't quote me on that because I don't actually remember the numbers right now. But it's basically impossible to ever hit him with that element again.
Yeah, basically making any fire elemental attacks useless against him. So you'll have to plan again your gear and your strategy very carefully with that. His physical attacks will also deal elemental damage, fire, ice, wind, earth damage. So you'll also want to bring elemental resistances of your own.
Yes, for
in the
yourself.
party, yeah. So you'll need really good gear probably to try this. And he'll also transform at some point, revealing his wings, right? And these wings will deal really strong AoE, non-elemental damage. So you'll also need to be prepared with abilities like re-raise with the healers in your party. They're going to be really, really important. Strategy-wise, you'll probably want to take out the red and orange wings first as they deal AoE fire and earth elemental damage. So just keep that in mind when you're first facing him.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but assuming you're able to take down Sadal Sud, you will get Genji armor, which is going to be some heavy armor. This will give you plus 20 attack, plus 45 defense, will nullify blind, giving you all that good stuff. And it will also enable Genji Spirit, a passive ability which will give you plus 30% attack when equipped with a katana or when equipped with a bow. Very cool stuff, and 30% is nothing to laugh at. It will also enable death resistance plus 50%, enabling you to, sometimes escape some tricky situations when facing certain enemies.
Yes, that's all very exciting. Of course, it is always exciting to see another piece of the Genji armor revealed. We have the Genji glove, we have the Genji helm, and then now the Genji armor. So it's fun to keep kind of like the lore going and just seeing how it all connects together in the world of FFBE. But not to mention all of that, it is actually a pretty good piece of equipment.
It is. It does sound like
but
it.
you do have to beat Sadal Sud before you can ever get there.
Yeah.
So good luck to you guys. Make sure that you come in prepared with lots of spirit to be able to, deal with all of that magical damage coming your way. And I'll be waiting to hear from you guys to see who beat it and who didn't.
Yeah.
Q&A corner. Yes. This is the Q&A corner where we will answer your questions. So thank you so much for sending us all of your questions.
Yes, thank you as always. We're always looking forward to hearing from you guys. And today we have two questions that we'll be taking a look at. The first one here is by Sean Knapp. And Sean asks, are there any plans for quality of life improvement for selecting our own units to view buffs or debuffs or how to target them? And also maybe a similar approach in having timers on the same screen so that more players are aware of when they need to refresh certain abilities?
Yes. Some of this system is, have been implemented in Japanese version already, but it will take some time to be implemented in global version. But definitely it will be improved.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. I know that the Japanese version has a turn counter on the icons right now, and it's so useful. It's so useful. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing that in the global version.
Yeah, that'll definitely come in handy with, especially with Nicole, as we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
There's just so many of those.
Yes, because you have to keep track of which abilities you casted at which turn, like how many turns ago, so that you can refresh them in time, because if you're left open for the one turn, that could be like your last turn.
Yeah, game over.
Of the whole thing, so you don't want to throw away your fights.
GG.
Right? So thank you, Sean, for that question. We're moving on to number 2 here by Pat Hoon. And Pat asks, any plans to implement a system that tells us if we have accomplished a mission achievement during battle?
Yes. Okay. So thank you for suggestion, Pat. We don't have the plan now, but however, we've been received same kind of request. So we will consider about this with our developer.
Yes. Okay. I think that would also be a very useful thing to have in battle. For example, you have 4 missions that you're given at the very beginning, and one of them is like make sure that you summon an Esper or you evoke an Esper. And so if you're in the middle of battle and then you evoke an Esper, maybe the UI could say, mission achieved or something like that, and then okay, I'm in the right track. Because sometimes we forget, oh, I have to kill this monster with magic. No, and then you forgot to use your magic, and then now you missed out on that mission. You have to do it again.
Change.
Exactly.
Yeah, the element change. Those are hard to see sometimes.
So this is a really great idea, I think, and it would be really neat to see, at least in the global version. So fingers crossed. But we'll see what happens. Thank you, Pat, for your question. Thank you all for submitting all of your wonderful comments and queries. We're always very excited to hear from all of you, especially in this new year. We want to take all of your feedback and implement it into the game as much as possible. So make sure that you continue sending us more questions in the comments below of this video, and we'll be looking forward to the next time we can address them.
To inform you the detail of a crossover collaboration between Star Ocean ANAMNESIS and FFBE. So we have a special guest.
That's right. So please join us in welcoming the global producer of Star Ocean ANAMNESIS, Mr. Kai Takaki.
Dun, 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 dun. Hello, Captain. Hi, everyone. Hello. Yeah, nice to meet you. Hello, everyone. I am Star Ocean ANAMNESIS global producer Takaki Kai. Thank you for having me here today.
Yes, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for joining us.
So as for this collaboration, the character of each title will be available in FFBE and Star Ocean ANAMNESIS.
And we have some more surprises in store. Not only the older Star Ocean characters, but I hear that Sophia is going to be joining FFBE, and that is very exciting to have another Star Ocean character join the fray. But I want to know, what about the other way around? What about FFBE going over there?
Yeah, that's right. The popular FFB characters are coming to Star Ocean ANAMNESIS.
So that's very exciting.
exciting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Coming to the global version. And just a little bit of information about Star Ocean ANAMNESIS. Of course, it is a mobile game inspired by the long-running series of Star Ocean, a very well-established series from Square Enix that is celebrating its 20th year. 20 years of Star Ocean. That is super amazing. And Star Ocean is really fun because it's based in a sci-fi type of world. There's a lot of, space and floating airships and all that kind of stuff. So it's very fun, but the mobile version is even more fun because you get to play around with characters that are fully animated in 3D.
Yes.
Glorious, beautiful 3D.
Yes.
And last July, we had some characters from Star Ocean ANAMNESIS join FFBE. They included Fate and Rena, and there was Fidel and Raimi and Roddick. There were so many of them, but it was very exciting to have them in the game.
Today, we have prepared an introduction trailer for this amazing crossover. Please take a look at this video.
I want the power to protect everything.
The new power fills my entire body.
I need to become even stronger.
How exciting.
What did you think?
It's great.
Thank you.
They look amazing. It is so exciting to see Fina, Laswell, and Rain join the world of Star Ocean ANAMNESIS. They look absolutely incredible.
We really wanted to capture the essence of Final Fantasy. So we asked the Final Fantasy series art director Yusuke Naura to design all 3 characters.
Okay, so for those of you who are not aware, Naora-san is the illustrator for season 2 of FFBE artwork. And if you have, the artwork book, you may have seen some of Naora-san's work on there. It's very, very beautiful. So Naora-san actually did the artwork for all 3 characters, Rain, Fina, and Laswell. And what you are seeing in Star Ocean Anamnesis is that artwork come to life in full 3D glory. And not only just 3D, but they also have voices to them. Now, it's important to note that these voices are specifically for this Star Ocean Anamnesis collaboration only. They're not the actual voices officially given to them in FFBE. So, but it's still really fun that they say things, when they're attacking and when they have victory poses and things like that. It's very, very exciting. But I think it's also very important to point out that if you log in to Star Ocean Anamnesis, Star Ocean Anamnesis during a very, very special event period where the FFBE characters will be joining the fray there, you can claim, is it 10,000 gems?
Yes.
10,000?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
I think it's too much. I think it's too much. I think that's absolutely amazing.
The collaboration on Star Ocean Anamnesis site will begin on January 22nd.
Yes.
So please download and play Star Ocean Anamnesis to see all the details. And don't forget about the collaboration on FFBE site, and it will start on January 25th.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
So before we let our very special guest go here today, Takaaki-san, do you have any words for our viewers?
Yes. I hope you can enjoy this collaboration. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right, and it's now time to say goodbye, but we discussed a lot of very exciting things here today. What do you guys think of the stuff that's coming up?
Yes, it's great opening that we can start from the crossover collaboration with Star Ocean Anamnesis.
Yeah, I'm especially excited for that since I've always been saying that game, but I've never actually had the chance to try it. So this is going to be my excuse to start playing that game.
Yes, do give Star Ocean Anamnesis a try because it is an excellent mobile game that has 20 years of history behind it. And not only can you play this fun game with, Star Ocean characters, but also with the characters that we have grown to love and care for, such as Fina, Laswell, and Rain, which are the main characters for FFBE. So very exciting stuff coming for 2019. I'm very, very excited about this year. Alex, are you excited about this year?
I am very excited. I gotta say, as you all know, I just started playing in 2018, and personally, I'm very impressed with basically the pace at which the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius development team is coming out with so many new updates. I'm having trouble keeping up with, I haven't been able to complete everything, so I'm pretty impressed, and I'm definitely excited for what's to come in 2019.
Yeah. So I really look forward to continuing our adventure in this year.
Yes, thank you so much for all of your support in 2018. We're looking forward to your support once again in 2019. So thank you so much for all of the love and all the lovely comments that you guys leave us. We cannot wait to share 2019 with all of you, including all of the fun and exciting content that we have prepared for you. Still a secret. You have to wait for those updates later on down the road. But be excited, be happy. FFBE is back this year, and we are here to stay. See you next time.
Bye.
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 Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.